Hello, welcome to Board Games with Niramas. I'm Joseph and I'm here today with Draco. We are going to play The Mind. So we're going to try to get into the mind of this little dragon here to win the game. It's a cooperative game. We have a deck of cards from 1 to 100. We are starting on level 1 in a 2-player game. You need to make it all the way up to level 12 and complete that as well. Sometimes though, during this, we will get some new life token, or like more life. We start with 2 life, and then we can also get these shurikens that will help us out. And you'll see how as we start playing. This is a bit of a special thing to do a run through of, because it's different from most games, I would say, but I think it's fun to show you how it works. So, what we do on each round, we start off round level 1. We get 1 card each. So, Draco gets a card, I get a card. Now we look at the card, of course. You're just gonna see my card, so you don't know what Draco has. So I have this one, okay. And Draco, I'm gonna help him out a bit, okay. So yeah, we have our cards and we're starting out, and now the whole game is that we're going to place cards from 1 to 100, from lowest to highest, but we don't get to talk to each other. It's a bit weird, but it's really cool when you play this with a few people. I had such a great time with this game so far. I mean, just a simple game, but yeah. So what we do is we basically do a stare down. And we try to figure out which is this card the lowest. Now, of course, there's not just, mind reading in this. There's a lot of, because you can't do like faces. You have to do like Draco, just have a poker face. He's good at that. But what you can do is, of course, that we have 2 out of 100 cards out. So what are the odds mathematically that this is lower than whatever Draco has? Especially if he's not putting it out right away. If he had like a 5 or a 10, he would just, show it right away, because there's no point in holding on to that. But if you're playing 4 players, maybe, the value of your card changes, which is really fun. You have to really adapt to the player count in this game. So we're sitting here, basically, I'm not going to drag it out for you, but basically we're sitting here, and I'm not sure. This is my thought process. I have to be quiet, of course, but I can't be quiet in the run through. That would be boring. So is this lower than Draco's? It's a good chance. There's a bunch. I mean, there's more cards above this one to 100 than below it. So maybe I should play it. I'm hesitant. I'm just gonna wait a bit. Maybe Draco will, and Draco, he's waiting as well. He's watching me, and yeah, he's putting his card out. He has the 45, and of course I have the 46. I'm really happy we made it. This is kind of crazy. This is not a new deck. This has been played a bunch of times, so I don't know. It just happened so that we got. That was crazy. Okay, and then we made it through level 1. These go back into the deck, so they will be reshuffled in there. We made it through level 1. So we just remove this, and now we're at level 2. If we make this level through, we'll get another shuriken. I'll explain how those work while I shuffle. So if you can't talk to each other, but you can, during the game, you can raise your hand. And if the other players also raise their hand, that's sort of, they are voting with you to use the shuriken. And when you do, everybody gets to throw away, or throw in here their lowest card. So that can give you the other players a lot of information on where you're at. So that's really helpful. That's a way to succeed. And the trick is, of course, that now that we enter the second round, we get 2 cards each. So you can imagine when we get up to 8 or 9, it's really tricky to know what to play and what not to play. So let's see what I have. Okay, so I usually just put them in number order like this. And Draco. Okay. And I'm gonna be pretty quick about it. There's 4 cards out of 100 out. This should be the lowest, right? So I'll just, here's my 8. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but I'll put it out in the middle of the table. And then Draco was just devastated because he had the 7. I mean, what are the odds, right? He had the 7, and he has to show it. And it's removed, and we lose 1 life because we did 1 fail. Okay, and everybody has to be quiet all the time, which is really how the tension builds up. It's so rare for a... It's so different from most games you play. We just sit there, everybody's quiet, you look at each other, there's the tension going. I just love it. Okay, so the 8 is the one on the table. I have this one. I'm gonna wait a bit, yeah, for sure. Draco's waiting as well. I mean, you have to sit here, you have to, you know, stare into those dragon eyes. What could he have? What could he have? I don't know. Well, I do know, but normally I wouldn't. So yeah, we're gonna wait for I mean, normally you probably wait here a bit because nobody really wants to put it in because we both have high numbers. But finally, Draco shows his 67, and I can breathe, you know, a sigh of relief. Yeah, I have my 84, and you know that's the tension. That's the moments that arise when you sit there. And I'm thinking like, if there's an 8, I mean, between 8 and 84, he must have one of those cards. He could have had 90, you know, you never know. But yeah, so we made it. We made another level. So that means that we get another shuriken. So maybe we'll use that one now because we only have one life. So yeah. If we make level 3 though, we get another life. So there's some hope there. And once again, we have to shuffle. There's a lot of shuffling in this game, and you really need to shuffle well. Yeah, I mean, I had good times with this, and some people have criticized this for, I mean, not being a game, more of an activity or such. I understand that, but I mean, it's fun. That's what game is about, right? To have fun. If you have fun with your friends, who cares if it's a fancy game or not? So now we're at level 3. We're going to get 3 cards each. And we both take a look at them and just sort them like this. There's one thing you can say during this game, and you're gonna see that now. There's one thing you can say, and that is stop. Because basically, what happens now is, I think I'll put my 5 out. It's okay. Yeah, it seems to be the lowest one. Otherwise, Draco had to show it. And then I'm a bit hesitant. Could be a card in between there. Could be. But Draco just looks so not interested, basically. so yeah. And now, as I put my 22 out, I want to make sure that Draco doesn't get excited and put out a 25, for example. Because I don't think he has the 23. That's just so, yeah, improbable. So then I can put my hand on the table and I can say stop. Because then he has to realize, okay, I have to hold on, and then I have time to put my 24 out. And that is even more important if you have 4 players and if everybody gets excited. Sometimes you just have to calm everybody down, just do the stop. And now, since I don't have any more cards, well, Draco can just play his, 52, 70, 89, and we made it. So that was a quick and easy round. It's really easy when you play with Draco. And then we remove that, we made it, so we get another life. And we'll do one more round so you can see how the shuriken works as well. Because that's the whole game, basically. Then you've seen it all. But it's a fun game. I played it on 2-player as well. I would say sometimes on 2-player it can be a bit weird because you can be sitting quite a long time just staring at each other, nothing happens. But I enjoy it anyhow, but you gotta have patience in this game. It's not an action game as such. So 4 cards each because we're at level 4. Oh, and now it gets trickier. As you can see now, it's really, starting to rack up here. Yeah, this could be hard. Okay, so Draco, let's see if he can figure this out. I'm gonna wait like a second, but then I'm gonna play my 7. I'll basically just play my 8 right away, or I could say stop, but I mean, yeah. But now it's harder. Now it's really hard. So, and at this moment we're sitting here, we're all quiet, and a little dragon pawn goes up into the air. So he's voting, he's initiating a vote to do a shuriken. I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll do that. I'll put my arm up as well. So we get rid of a shuriken, and now we can both get rid of our lowest card. And I mean, now Draco sees that I have the 52, so he knows that everything below that is cool. But he was not sure because he had the 29, that was his lowest, and it was hard for him to know what to do at that stage. But now he knows this is my lowest one, and he'll just sit and just wait now because, yeah, I'm gonna wait as well. That's so high. Oh, he'll play his 60. And he's so happy that I didn't have anything. And then he plays his 67. That's pretty easy. Now it's tricky though. What is it? 3, the 7 numbers between that and this. We could use another shuriken, but we don't want to waste them either. I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm not sure. I'm starting to think maybe Draco has like 90 plus. But then it's finally, he puts out 76. Okay, so we made it. That's 84 there. So we made it through level 4. And now in the level 5 we would take 5 cards, of course. If we make it through level 5 we would get another shuriken, then another life, another shuriken, another life. And yeah, I never made it up here. That's just crazy. I know that some people have, but yeah. And if you have more players, then you lower. So like if you have 4 players, you would only need to get to level 8. But then there's 4 times all the cards, of course, out there, so it gets harder. I just love this, the mind. I just think it's amazing. So thank you for watching this run through. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you get an idea on how the game plays anyhow. And I think Draco did really well here as well. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening or morning whenever you're watching this. Take care. Bye bye.
Be like Draco. Follow Board Games with Niramas on Facebook at BGW Niramas. Board Games with Niramas is sponsored by Alara Games in Sweden.